hate it, suck my shit, okay? Drip, drip, too much drip. Don't come near me, you my slip, okay? Drip, drip, I look slick, you slick. Walk in the room like, sheesh. Who's that bitch? OG family, that bitch me. Drip tech, okay, shit, damn, I look me. Damn, shit, okay. Drip too clean. Walk past the mirror like, damn, pause. Is that me? Damn, I'm me. Wait, man, my drip better cause this heat. Wait, hold up, bitch, I am this heat. Yo, I put these hoes under pressure. They told me come down and say me the lecture. Just make these bitches go try and do better. Can they outdrip this bitch? The answer is never. My ass up this heat, leave them under the weather. Don't ask me about haters. I know I can say I don't need to see shit that's way under my level. That shit is under my level. It ain't pride, it ain't you. Chicken cause we not, it ain't you. This that Mr. Price type of shit. I could spend $50 on this shit. But when I pull up, baby looks rich. This that drip talent type of tip. This that forward drip type of tip. Walk in the room like shit. Who's that bitch? OG family, that bitch me. Drip check, okay, shit, damn, I look me. Damn, shit, okay, drip too clean. Walk past the mirror like, damn, pose. Is that me? Damn, I'm me. Wait, man, my drip better pose this heat. Wait, hold up, bitch, I am this heat. Drip, drip, too much drip. Don't come near me, my slip, okay? Drip, drip, I look slick, slick. If you hate it, suck my shit, okay? Drip, drip, too much drip. Don't come near me, my slip, okay? Drip, drip, I look slick, slick. Walk in the room like, sheesh. Who's that bitch? OG family, that bitch me. Drip check, okay, shit, damn, I look me. Damn, shit, okay, drip too clean.
This is Black Heart Fan Radio, media, 21st century.
The network okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
I ain't gonna call you when we get to it. Get myself ready and it's time to play. You go and you do, you get a freak, yeah. I see you and know you in it too like that. Ain't no play, yeah. Let's get to it. You see, I see you gonna rip your right feet. How you gonna escape? 'Cause I'm tell you up. Tonight, baby, I'm when you tell me no. I'm your boss, babe. And everything you do, we don't like command, it's forward.
Hamzambo family, welcome to the Express Show right here on the Black Heart Fan Network. We hope that your Thursday evening is coming along just fine. It's actually a few minutes to 5 p.m. right here in Nairobi, but I want to welcome each and every one of us to the broadcast. And now, of course, each and every broadcast, we bring you the positive vibes, some music, and also some wonderful conversation. And today is no different. Today, we are also looking forward to having an interesting as well as an engaging show. And we do have with us a guest, and we shall be getting into a little bit of a conversation about South African hip-hop and also getting to know a little bit about our guest for today. I did play you some music. The first track was by OG Bambi. She also happens to be from South Africa. I also played you another jam by Assam Talisa, who is also from South Africa. And there is wonderful, fresh talent coming all the way from Johannesburg. And today we also do have a lovely guest who is really talented. And of course, like I said, we do have the likes of Assam Talisa, we do have the likes of OG Bambi, among other different talented artists coming all the way from South Africa. I want to welcome our guest for today. He goes by the name Taurus Heart. How are you doing, brother?
I'm good. Thanks, bro. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, and we are excited to have you on the show. We did have a bit of a hit, but we are happy to be here. We apologize to everyone that has been waiting on the interview, but finally we are here. How is the weather looking in Johannesburg?
It's very cold, bro. It's cold.
Right.
It's cold. But then I'm indoors. That's why I'm wearing a shirt, keeping it warm inside. Yeah.
Okay. It's the same kind of weather here in Nairobi. You know, around this period time of the year in June, heading into July, we normally have a cold season, but we are keeping it warm with the music here, and we are hoping that you are doing the same right there in Johannesburg. I would like to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself. You know, how would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Taurus Heart. That's my stage name. Taurus Heart is my stage name. My name is Bongani. I'm a South African-based artist. I do hip hop music. I'm a producer. I also do like videography, but that's for my like music. The things that I do is not like a profession or anything. It's for my own music and stuff. Yeah.
That's really wonderful, because at the end of the day, you know, you have to be multi-talented to be able to penetrate through the industry, because if you only focus on one particular facet of art, you might get stuck. But if you're a videographer, you are a producer, you are a recording and performing artist, I think that actually makes you more, how can I call it, more holistic, or more, you present yourself, I believe, as a full package. But let me ask you something. When did you discover your passion for music? You know, when did you discover that this is a path that you wanted to take? When did you discover the passion for music?
Well, I cannot say, because I always loved music. I remember growing up at school, when we get to school, before we start everything, we would sing and have those like moments as kids, the class, you know, singing, praising, and also praying before we even like start to school and everything. So I feel like it all started then, and it had to grow until I was in high school. I saw the potential in my writing skills, in poetry and everything. Then I had to select the rapping part. I thought by then I thought that was it for me, and I still think it is right now, and it's doing like better for me, because my music is more like therapy. It actually put me in a better place every time I write. I write about things that I go through, things I see, things like the situation, the things that are happening in the current time.
Yeah. And that's a good thing, because at the end of the day, you know, art is therapy, whatever kind of art. It might be music, it might be painting, it might be poetry. I do believe all these sorts of arts are really therapeutic in their own way. But I would like also to ask you, you know, when you're coming up as an artist, you know, when you were younger, who are some of the artists in South Africa, or even in Africa, or even in the States, that you used to look up to, and you used to say, maybe when I get to the industry, I want to be like this, or I want to be like other artists? Who are some of the artists that you used to, who inspired you?
Okay, like during my time when I was discovering the potential, the skill, this gift I have of writing music. I was listening to it was the come up of Drake's. If you do understand if you do remember 2008, 9, 10. I used to listen to a lot of Young Money music. I used to listen to locally in South Africa, they call it Kase Rap. Instead, it was the time of Sia Shezi, the Deep Soweto, and there was a show called Season Scoop also that was also like being played on radios that I was following. So I was inspired by those artists, and also Eminem has played a role like to each and every other rapper out there. I also like got inspired by him from what he did in the music industry, and also breaking the grounds as a white rapper, because where he came from, people did not believe like a white guy would be a rapper. So it showed that you do not need to be a certain somebody to accomplish your your dreams. You need to believe in yourself more, so those are the people who inspired me mostly.
And even until today, you mentioned about Eminem, and even till today, he's still very, very much relevant. You know, he has been doing music, and his name has not faded out. He still remains to be relevant unto this particular day. And it's really a good thing, because when you do have young people coming up and looking up to old greats, lenses like this in the industry, they can be able to learn a thing or two about that particular, the way the art is done. And I would like to ask you, when you look at the industry right now in South Africa, there's a lot of things coming up. For example, the Amapiano. There is also, I believe, other different genres of music. I believe South Africa is one of the countries that has been known to pioneer all sorts of, all genres, most genres of new music. What is your view on the current state of the music of the South African music industry? What is your view of the current state of the South African music industry?
Well, I can say it's a quite good thing that we in like Africa, we are bringing more genres. You understand? There are more genres coming, like not just in South Africa, in the whole continent of Africa. We are experiencing like new sound, new type of music, new type of vibe. And now that the Mapiano is also coming up stronger, it shows that we are talented. We are the backbones of music. Understand? Because we think out of the box when it comes to music or creativity as a whole. Understand? So
that is,
I can say that.
I agree with you to a very, very large extent, because South Africa is known to be the pioneers. But also getting back into the conversation, and of course, your journey. Tell us about your experience, the very first time you recorded your song. Tell us a little bit about that experience, the first time that you hit the studio, and what was the name of the song, perhaps, and how was the experience for you recording that particular song?
Well, okay, I would like to share my worst experience. When I was doing one of the songs, it was 2198 is actually a postal code of where I grew up in Johannesburg, 2198. So when we did that song, it was like a first time I was in a studio with a different type of people. You understand? Like no different producer featuring an artist that I never been with in studio, and there were people in studio that I did not know, and it was my first time, so it was quite hard for me. Like I did feel my bars, I felt my lyrics, they were hard and everything, but when I got there, like I chickened out. I did chicken out. And yeah, it felt like I was doubting if they were feeling what I'm doing, because the people I was used to be around with, they would like hype me and like, this is dope, this is good content and stuff. But when I got there, everybody was looking at me like, what you got? Let's see what you got. You understand? So it was quite scary, and also like it was a good experience for me to boost my confidence and be like a very confident artist in terms of what I do. Understand?
And the growth, I do believe maybe perhaps you have witnessed growth in terms of the confidence, in terms of the way you're able to master the writing, in terms of other aspects of doing the art. But moving fast forward, we want to talk about your current or your latest project, and of course this is Underdog. For the family or for those who perhaps might not know, Taurus Heart is our guest for today, and his music is actually also available on Spotify. If you head over to Spotify and search for Taurus Heart, he is actually a verified artist on Spotify, and we shall be talking about the latest project that he has got to put out. The name of this particular one is the Underdog. But I would like to ask you, Taurus, why did you choose this particular title for your project?
The Underdog. Yeah. Well, like I say that when I like this previous comment that I said, the confidence I had in my music was quite a struggle, and everybody around like would sometimes maybe have a different type of opinion due to the type of music they like. Because when it comes to music, we all got different tastes. Understand? So, and the more you get like to listen to a lot of people who are not into hip hop, you get like a bit of doubting yourself and all that. Understand? So I discovered that I was actually highly skilled when it comes to my pen game, when it comes to the articulation of my bars, the rap and everything. So I saw myself as an underdog, a person who's expected to lose. You understand? To have a music that is not up to standard, but I brought it on the underdog. I brought everything that I could. I shared my experiences. I shared my ups and downs of how the underdog have been. And now I want to let you know that I'm here. I'm here to stay. I'm here to shine. This is what I have. This is my dream, a calling. It has to happen either way.
And of course, there is a very big price to pay, because there's some people who might be doubting you. There are some people who might put out negative criticism about the project and all these other things. But I like it that you are determined and you have that particular spirit in you to be able to push through. But I also would like to ask you, when you are looking at this particular project, I know perhaps you have experienced growth with it, and there is also the elements that you have put out on these particular songs. Why did you choose on the number of songs? I do believe these are about 11. Is it 11 songs? I do believe these are 11 songs on these particular projects. There is ozone. There is control.
10.
Sorry, 10.
It's 10.
Okay.
10. Yeah.
Okay. It's 10. It's 10 songs on these. The ozone, the control, time will tell. Moonlight, Move, Grow, Tension, More Than Friends, and among other different tracks on this particular one. When it comes to when it comes to how you put together your music, what inspires your creative process? What inspires you, when it comes to when you hit the studio? What inspires the creative process? And also, do you really come up with the idea first and then go get the beats done, or how do you go about your recording? And also, what inspires your creative process?
Well, actually, I live in a studio.
Yeah.
So most of the times, like maybe I'm going through a situation in life. I'm going through either bad or good. I get like an inspiration. Like I say that music is therapy for me. So every time I face a situation, I feel like writing. Or when I remember when I remember something that happened in the past that he had to hit me by the storm, I also, start to write. It doesn't like come when I'm in studio, or I have to listen to a beat and then prepare for a song. No. Most of my songs I do not write according to a beat. I have songs that are ready. Sometimes I just make a beat and like, this song that I wrote the other day was going to fit here. So it's not about me trying to fit in the beat, but most cases the beat fitting in the songs that I've wrote or that I am writing. Okay, and also I heard you saying what inspired me to have like 10 tracks on the album. It wasn't about like maybe saying it was like part of the creativity of the album having like 10 tracks. No, I actually did like 15 tracks for the project, The Underdog. And then I had to choose. I had to listen to describe the concept, the title, The Underdog, and see which tracks are really going to make an impact. Because if you listen to them, they are more like most of them they would be telling a similar story, and some of them they are just like connected. So The Underdog is me explaining my space of who I am, of who I've been. Then Moonlight is me trying to get rid of the society stigma, understand? Because the society have customs and values that do not like fit or are suitable for other people. You understand? But at the end of the day, it's the grind. We need to get the money. We need to do what we love the most, regardless if the society likes it or not. So some of the songs are based on that, and some of the songs are based on my personal experience. Yeah, that's what I can say.
Yeah, now that you mentioned about a little bit about the underdog, I think we will get straight into the first jam, and we shall be starting off with Moonlight. It's one of my personal favorites, and I just want the family also to hear a little bit, of what is going on with this particular jam right here on the Express, and then we shall come back and have the conversation. This is Black Fire Radio, media, 21st century. Wavy booty when she dance, strong and nigga, it's out here. She a boss, wanna hold a pose and grow. She get like never let it kill. Talking chill, never let it say. You just wanna keep the souls back, die for you fall. Stay about his page, try to leave that green, say, try to let it be. Man, she a stripper, she can move like. She bouncing harder in the moonlight. She for money, fucking 95. Bouncing harder when it's moonlight. Man, she a stripper, she can move like. She bouncing harder in the moonlight. She for money, fucking 95. Bouncing harder when it's moonlight. Man, she a stripper, she can move like. She bouncing harder in the moonlight. Check for money, fucking 95. Bouncing harder when it's moonlight. I live like a meanness. I feel a meanness. Stay fly, elevator. For your setbacks, I'm the brown one. I'm the back bar. Never let a nigga fool you. I'm like, hey, I don't even need a squad. She gon' pull up on my downs. She gon' keep a nigga high. You my shit, she a guy. We run around, we don't gotta die. 25, give me a lot of help. Flip, so it do a lot of go. Bounce me and she a done a hit. Man, she a stripper, she can move like. She bouncing harder in the moonlight. She can money for her 95. Bouncing harder when it's moonlight. Man, she a stripper, she can move like.
Yeah.
And that's what's up. That's a bit about Moonlight. Please tell us a little bit the story behind Moonlight and how it came about on the album.
Well, like Moonlight was actually on Instagram. Like I was on the pop. Is it the pop up? Yeah, on the pop up space. I saw strippers, and then they were getting paid from the US and stuff, and I started to see that this business is actually about people who dance, who dance half naked, and they're making money out of it, and they do not even have to like sell, to an extra or to do extra stuff to get paid, just like dancing. So it's like even a normal person dancing to my piano, but getting paid extra, understand? So I was trying to kill the stigma from the society, thinking that strippers can also, I do not.
You're saying strippers are not evil, should be getting their money. I see King Talk is with us. He's saying it's King Talk. This is our brother from Nigeria, and if you would like also to be on a Nigerian show, I think brother, please talk to King Talk. King Talk is one of my brothers from Nigeria. But I agree with you. You know, there's some jobs that are stigmatized, but I think everyone should get to do what they want to. You know, I think they should get to do what they want to.
Yeah, it's the 21st century. People, they get money the way they want. Judging them won't help it, because even, you know, so we just have to do what we feel like it's good for us to get the paper or to live the life, because, you know, it is what it is. So she a stripper. You know, she she's dancing, bro. She's dancing. She's making that money. She's gonna the whole pose abroad. She's going to let it happen. Because I have like a friend. She's a stripper also, but the problem is that I wanted to create like a brand for her and all that, but it was hard for her to do that, because she had to keep all that account private for people she knows, or maybe it will end up in the hands of the parents and stuff. So it's always a problem.
It's actually, I do think I have seen some music that is done by what do we call him? We call him 2 Chainz, and his music has actually received well in strip clubs in Atlanta, Georgia. But nonetheless, that's a whole story for another different day. We do have a guest in the studio with us and on the show with us, and he goes by the name Taurus Heart. And he is a South African hip hop artist who is doing the most. His latest projects goes by the name The Underdog, and it's really, really a wonderful vibe. If you think about it, it's really, really a wonderful vibe because at the end of the day, you know, it's about putting out talent on the Express show. We also do have another jam that we shall be playing. Things a little bit of a different vibe. The name of the song is Grow. Please do let us know how you feel about this particular one as well. And also, if you would like to follow Taurus Heart, he is on Instagram. Find him on Instagram under the name Taurus Heart as well as we proceed. This is Grow. We shall get the vibe. This is Black Yo,
man. Just wanna let you know, bro. Like, I've been looking at you through the mirror. You're the strongest shit alive, bro. You are the strongest person. You're the strongest. Like, you cannot let this fear come between you and your goals. Bring down all these holes, man. You can do it. You got this.
I wish I could bend my demons and do as I please. I wish I had the power. Take my life around. I need control. I need a point of my life. I need to grow. I need to grow. I need to grow.
For the life Jaya, I could no longer shine. Oh, my wild batty, as a ring of the fire, I check. Ishabangana Baktan, Abami Manyeko Basagenenga. Yeah, my neck kept it tight in the suppers. Magic like she's in Commissaire. So when the mini, your father and your part, I'm selling the poop. I don't need other dreams. I'm for deliver. It's under the mark. Unconditional love is filling my pocket. Don't tell me about how money can buy me happiness. I'm just a smiling the birds, laughing the language that feels going now. I tell you, people will give you a beat of that courage, brother. Scream in your face. Always you thinking you are. I tell him, I'm going through the chain of poverty coming from past generations.
I wish I could my demons and do as I please. I wish I had the power. Take
turning my life around. Hey, high power, praying for an hour. Hoping to change, but doing suicide. Hoping I hop high, but still run close. Even thought I did go high to first loss. Point knows I've got a lot, I've been hella back. My inside is in the dream with a lot of tools. Backstab, a lot of shots from a top band. Can't trust, all the circles got me dizzy now. Can't love, but it's
And that is a little bit of the vibes right there. The name of the song is Grow. And it has some wonderful vocals on it. And I think, Taurus Heart has also chosen some of the best, vocalists to also feature on the album. I would just like to know a little bit about the background with this story and why you choose this particular lady to work with. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I can hear you now. Sorry about that. Go on.
So I'm saying, Asanta is a friend. It's like a music partner. We've been doing like music since 2018. I think we met 2018. Yeah, that's when we also did Grow by that year. So we've been doing music. I think we have more than one song. Yeah. And
also
the concept on Grow is basically a person who has been dependent on other people, friends, family, and everything, and is breaking through, trying to make a life on his own. That's the concept of Grow. You understand? Outgrowing yourself, outgrowing the habits of depending on other people, and manning up, being in control.
And also, let me ask you something. I understand that you also do have your own collective. It's known as the Dynamic Creatives. Is it your own label, or you all signed under this label, the Dynamic Creatives?
Okay, the Dynamic Creatives is something I started. It's a movement I started with like a very close business partner of mine. Her name is Lisa Hassel. You should check her out. We started this movement to promote our music, I and her, because we feel like there is more potential we can put in, like more effort we can put if we work together, because she's also doing the more like the same music I do, you understand? So if we come in together, we make a record label. It's not really a record label, it's a movement. It's like an organization that caters for I and her. Every time she's dropping, we're going to make like a momentum, a hype, maybe sell some merchandise, and all the marketing strategies will be done under the Dynamic Creatives.
Do you see yourself signing up? Do you see yourself bringing other artists into Dynamic Creatives, or you are good the way you are? Do you see that at some point you might bring in some artists into Dynamic Creatives?
Yeah, it's not really a sweat to have more people who are willing to, because the movement is about the upcoming artists who are willing to put in work. You understand? Who are willing to hustle, who are willing to break the doors, because the doors are never going to open for us unless we break them. So if ever somebody is willing to come through, because Dynamic Creatives is also in partnership with Paradise Entertainment. If you can check them out, it's a German company that distribute music. So they managed to sign a partnership deal with us to distribute the Dynamic music on their platforms to all digital stuff. So it will be a doper movement if an artist is also interested to, join the hustle, because they will get an opportunity to distribute their music with us.
I think that's really interesting, because I was speaking to some young South African hip hop artist. She goes by the name OG Bambi. I think I will be sending you some links of of her music, and she's also doing well. Maybe she might need some assistance with distribution on Dynamic Creatives. Who knows? But I will be linking you up with her. I think it's a good thing once if we are able to link up and just keep on pushing the music and also pushing the art. Zero Mosquito from the UK, how are you doing? I hope that everything is well for you and the family in what part of the UK are you in? Zero Mosquito, are you in London? I would just like to know. I don't know if you are in London or you are in whatever other part of the UK that you might be in. But we do have a guest with us. He goes by the name Taurus Heart. He has been doing music for a while, and he is a hip hop artist based in South Africa. You can get to check him out on Spotify and also other digital music streaming platforms, and also get to get with the vibe, and also get find out what's good with South African hip hop. We also do have some more. We might not be able to play all the jams, but we have a few more. We shall be playing 2 more songs, if you are about 3. But I wanted also to touch a little bit on this particular jam, which is this will be the time will tell. This is a time will tell. I think this is also has a wonderful vibe because it has some additions. And I would like to know also, after this particular song, what are some of the things that you consider before picking an artist to work with? But let's just play the song first, and then we shall get back into the conversation right here on the Express Show with a guest. He goes with the name Taurus Heart. This is a time will tell, and it's also jamming. It's also another wonderful jam, This is Blackwood Family Media.
Time will tell, everything's gonna be alright. No more tears flowing down your face. Our chips will be for the past. I will now put myself to you, for you to speak my worth in you. Cause time will tell, everything's gonna be alright. Everything gonna be alright. Everything gonna be alright.
I'm from the hills, so you fucking with the real ones. I told my niggas this is ours, but they saw me bluff. Rough, I'm born alone, I'm in a long white. Done, I lose myself, I lose it out. Never remember days I used to smoke at Float 9. Trying to understand this shit on fucking Cloud 9. I wrote a couple of songs for bitches I never met. My imagination on the speakers than I ever thought. Sometimes I wonder, will I ever blow? My plan A, bitch, shit is me a fucking ripper. Mary G, or still me a fucking ripper. And if I run to see shit, it's them like Smith Dog. And fucking locksmith, I'm breaking doors, I'm coming in. My door is open doors, watch how you consume me. Don't come in slowly like it balls, suck the tricky flows. Keep your distance, I am here to stay like cover plenty. 20.
Time will tell, everything's gonna be alright. I'm just slowing down your face. Our chips will be for the past. I will now put myself to you, for you to see my worth in you. Cause time will tell, everything gon' be alright. Everything gon' be alright. Everything gon' be alright.
Alright. I'm hella faded. I see my soul singing. I see my holy face turning to a deep end. I see my hopes running out and get some love mine. Like houses of Mary Jackson, the dear God. Dear God, do you ever listen when I pray? Feel like I've been in prayer, poverty within your breath. And let us go, friends, I call bros, not friends. And how to give my life to what's that is test. Okay, I get it, I am brother, everything too. But in the morning, I be writing songs. The only time I sleep, I dream of them on radio. Or maybe tell it.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, Kami.
Hello, Spikes. Good afternoon to you too. How are you doing in this cold weather?
I'm doing wonderful. I think you came in and our guest disappeared. I don't know. I think you threatened our guest and we did not have him anymore. I don't know what just happened with our guest. And we were just having a conversation about music, just getting to understand more about his journey. But the moment he came in, I think he jumped out of the light, But he says he is actually inspired by many things, and he has a studio. And therefore, if anyone would like to check him out, just search for Taurus Heart. And Taurus Heart is right there on Spotify, as well as other different streaming platforms. South Africa is big on music. You know, there is lots of genres of music coming from South Africa. I don't know if you have interacted with Amapiano yourself, Akami.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you on that point that South Africa has a lot of, actually amazing artists, the likes of Nasty C, the likes of AKA, but of course, right now, AKA's career is just down the drain.
I think he beat his wife. I don't know what did happen. Did he beat the wife or did he? I don't know what happened in the situation with the AKA. I will not speak much on it. I don't know what.
In terms of that, actually, what actually did get to happen is that AKA has been a violent person. That is according to the media. He's been a violent person. He's been into drugs. So most of the time he gets to beat his women around. And it reached a point the girl could not take it anymore. And trust me, this girl was just, I think around 23 years old. So she was very young. It reached a moment AKA was switching girls. You know how these celebrities are, switching girls, making feel unwanted, beating her. There was even a video circulating where AKA had, Mova, used a lot of force on her in terms of hitting her. And it reached a point, I think she couldn't take it anymore. And she threw herself, from a building. So that is what is happening. And I think right now his career has gone down. In terms of Amapiano, I'm not really a fan, but I think Amapiano is the it thing after Gengeton in Kenya. Right now, even Gengeton artists are doing collaboration in Amapiano. We did have some artists. What is her name? Is it Mafela or something like that? A great Amapiano artist.
Joby knows all these artists. Joby knows all these.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If Joby was here, she could have given us an entire list. I think I'm aging, so Joby is the right person to ask about Amapiano. But I've listened to a few samples, and I think everyone right now wants to do Amapiano music. So it's definitely nice, but I'm not really into Amapiano.
And we do have Taurus Heart back with us. Thank you so much for joining us once again. General Mosquito saying, please, Kami, you look very healthy. Your skin is taking her vitamins and everything else. I think that's what is going on with her. But we do have our guest. Kami, you can say hello to our guest. You can say hello to Taurus.
Hello, Taurus. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm saying how are you?
I'm doing fine. How is South Africa right now? How is the weather in South Africa, Taurus? My name is Kalmi.
Your name is?
Kalmi.
In South Africa, the weather is cold every day. Yeah. I'm just keeping warm,
I think that
staying indoors when I'm not at work.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I think that is the same situation that you do have here in Kenya. This month is just not going to be easy. So earlier on, Taurus, before, I think your internet had some issue. I was just listening to some of the jams. Spikes, the jam that you just played, was that Taurus?
Yeah, that was a Taurus, and the name of the song is actually Time Will Tell. Taurus, tell us a little bit about this particular song. It's known as A Time Will Tell.
Yes, Time Will Tell is actually is a confidence booster on the verses and also a motivator on the hook. You understand? And that's when I featured one of the artists, the partner. That's the one who did the hook is the one from our Dynamic Creatives, Lisa herself.
Yeah.
Yes. So Time Will Tell. Yeah, the song is actually motivating people.
And I think we lost Taurus again. There might be a problem with the connectivity, but nonetheless, that's what's up. I shall be playing one more jam before he tries to get back on, and we shall almost be winding up with the commission. I think unless Kami wants to have a few more questions to the brother, we shall be playing this particular one. And this is actually known as a control. And like you said, the music by the brother is available on Spotify. You can check it out. You can also get to find him on social media under the same name, which is Taurus Heart. The name of this particular one is Control, and we shall get back to the conversation after this one.
Yeah. Man, I'm coming through the way, and it's not a surprise. I'm the dog, and your niggas don't you get the mice. I'm just trying to survive, and if it kills you, I'll be more than happy I live. Muhammad Ali, coming once, punches of wind, the gold I am. Bitches on me, I'm in. Those who rip my back, I got the spine of bricks. They fuck your house and shells. I am here for the throne. Look at me right, my nigga. I got my rifles loaded. I'm just a double punchline, past the black lip translator. I do so that if you come at me like yeah harder, I put it down. My flows are like the river Jordan. Niggas in the game like London is falling. I'm like Mike, motherfucker, 7 bars on my spoon fed. Niggas watch me vomit out my hunger on your bed. Let's meet your motherfucking brother. I'm not religious. What you need, I feel trying to kill the king. I'm full control on the bird. You niggas need a bit of control. Don't you make me come into you like I'm paid out. Be humble, sit your earth down. You victim game, fucking bow down. You niggas need a bit of control. Don't you make me come at you like I'm paid out. Be humble, sit your earth down. You victim game, fucking bow down. A lot of G's at the top wanna drive me insane. All they wanna do now is colonize the industry and make us never feel the thirst, cause the bottom is blessed. Bring up the ups and outs and now we shouldn't voice where you sitting at. Comfortable motherfucker told me that I couldn't rap. Never switch it to my lingo, tripping like an idiot. You ain't even made a nigga, what the fuck you in it for? Send your tracks in the mail, never played, oh man, fuck your platform. Cause they looking for clouds, stealing from popping niggas. A lot of them are better done. Here's a boom pap, nigga, what the fuck you tryna do? Kill the game, pride is screw, nigga, screw loose now, bitch. I'm just trying to be heard, and if we kill a nigga, it will be friends, cold feet at the top. I am coming in the way towards motherfucker. Stars ain't shutting them on. Mind flex, not religious. What you need is trying to kill the game. I'm full control on the first. You niggas need a bit of control. Don't you make me come into like I'm paid out. Be humble, sit your earth down. You victim game, fucking bow down. You niggas need a bit of control. Don't you make me come at you like I'm paid out. Be humble, sit your earth down. You victim game, fucking bow down. I'm not religious. What you need is friends.
Hey, I must admit that that is some nice jam there by Taurus. And, if you are not keen on the artist, there's just some similarity with the way Taurus gets to sing, with the way also Nasty C get to do his rap. And I must say that I love this song. It is definitely a hit for me. I think Taurus has an issue with connectivity, but let me just blame it on the weather, because the weather is not so good. And we all know, especially in Africa, how the weather, gets to mess our internet. But for me, Spikes, in terms of the song, I think he sounds more of a Nasty C. I love the vibe. And okay, he's not here. Of course, I do have some questions for him. So should I proceed and ask the questions, or let me just...
I wouldn't be able to respond on his behalf. On his behalf.
Exactly.
But now, I want to thank everyone that has joined us on the stream. We shall see if we are able to get back we shall be able to get back on the show. But Jerome Mosquito is saying that brother Rambo Taurus. He is not Rambo Taurus. But what is happening is that he is doing music, and he has been doing since 2018, and he has said that he has encountered and worked with a couple of other artists. He is a producer himself. Like I said, on this particular show, we support talent from all over Africa. We have had artists from Zambia. We have had artists from South Africa, like Ozzy Bambi, like Santa Lisa, we also purpose to have a Sly Exclusive. Sly Exclusive is also another wonderful artist who has been doing his music, and we shall be hoping to have him on the show. just talk about this, the music, and also just get to find out what's going on with other situations. I wanted to ask him a little bit about the situation with the unemployment, other things in South Africa. We cannot always be singing about clubs and speaking about big cars.
True.
We also need to be singing about the situation with unemployment, because I understand the South African youth are also tired with the predicament.
Absolutely.
Most of them are unemployed, and for the few who are employed, they are underemployed. There's also a big difference between unemployment and unemployment. You might be employed, but you earn in peanuts, and you might also be not having any kind of unemployment at the end of the day, or even the environment might not allow you to be able to go into self-employment. The environment might not
Absolutely.
allow for those particular kind of opportunities. But nonetheless, I think we lost him. If we are able to find him again, we shall be directing those particular questions to him. But if not, we can still set up another kind of an interview, and just still get to understand more about his music. His album. Yeah, go.
Yes, I want to comment something in terms of unemployment. That is a very good question to ask. For example, right now, next year we do have the general elections are taking place. So I've seen a lot of youth, actually, I've seen a lot of youth being given money by politicians to go out there and cause trouble in different places. And this is all due to unemployment, because they're being promised, employment when they do get to elect these leaders. So this is something that is going to affect us for the longest time. I think Taurus is back.
Yeah. Taurus, can you hear me?
Guys, yeah, I can. I apologize. My network is giving me problems.
It's okay. We are almost about to wind up, but we do have a few more questions for you. Personally, I would like to ask you, away from the music, a little bit away from the music. There is a situation with the South African youth, especially to do with unemployment. And also, I do believe there was a time when there would be a strike. People would be going and protesting a little bit because of the situation with the economy, and also with the unemployment. Do you also sometimes get to address these matters on your music? Sometimes are you able to address or bring up some of these plight of the South African youth also on the music or using art?
Oh yeah. As we're talking about Time Will Tell, if the video, the official video of Time Will Tell is out, if you can check it, like there is a bit of a scenario of a young guy looking for a job and he's getting disappointed, and he just keep on doing, knocking the doors. If you watch the video, it's on YouTube. You can check it. You will see. Yeah, that's when I thought it would fit, to talk about the youth of South Africa having problems with unemployment and all that.
True.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Taurus, earlier on, before he took that, I think before he did have a hitch, I really love your music, and I think you sound more like an Nasty C. And I just have a question for you. Right now in South Africa, not that it is only happening in South Africa, but it is also happening in other African countries. What is your role? I mean, what is your views regarding the situation in South Africa right now, that we do have a lot of gender-based violence taking place, especially with this COVID-19 situation? Do you think that the police are really doing enough to curb this issue of gender-based violence in South Africa?
Well, I can say the police might be doing their jobs and everything and all that, but at the end of the day is the silence that that has to be broken. We need to break the silence. People, they get abused and all that, and then they inside, they don't want to speak it out. So especially for women, they feel like it's going to get better, but it doesn't. It actually increases. It gets worse each and every day. People just have to speak out. They have to talk. You need to tell somebody. You need to go to the police station and tell the cops. Because without doing that, the police also wouldn't know what's happening. That's why at the end of the day, there are stories breaking out that now somebody has died. You understand? It's from being silent about it. It's from not say embracing it, but something kind of like that. People, they wanna beat around the bush, thinking it will go away, but it doesn't. If something is happening, it's actually going to be constant. It's like creating content. It has to be constant. You see, so consistent. There is consistency in that thing.
Did you hear the situation with there was a situation with AKA? You know, he was going on, and there was the matter of the domestic violence, and they say that he also did get to be involved in a physical abuse of one of the girlfriends. I think that was the wife or the girlfriend. But we shall not talk about that. I think we should also have artists, bringing up these matters even on their music, because at the end of the day, these things are happening, and perhaps the artists are also, they're having the platform. The artists do have the platform, and I do believe, we should have also more artists that are showing or putting spotlight on some of these matters. But nonetheless, let me ask you something. How has the reception of this particular project been? How has people received these underdog projects? How has the reception been of the music?
Well, most people, they like the album. I have a few people who really pulled up for me, like Assam Talisa Hassel. There is one guy called Colin. He is also from SA. He decided to create like a mini documentary for me. I thank God for that guy, because he pulled out he pulled up for me in times I didn't think somebody else would do for me, something like that. You understand? So he called me out and created like a documentary, me explaining my music journey, just like now you asking me questions and all that. I thank you guys for that. So Colin did something like that, but in a YouTube space. He has like a YouTube content channel where he creates like Mzansi trends for artists, like any other genres. So yeah.
So that's really interesting to see that there is a support for the music. But let me also, even as we get closer to winding up, I would just like perhaps to ask you, what can people expect from you before the end of the year, or what is coming up next? I know that not everyone has been able to interact with the album already, but maybe what are the future plans that are in store? What are the future plans that are in store before the end of the year?
I do have plans. Most of them I cannot announce them now, but what I can give them for now is that they should expect more events from me. I'll be doing like more events in Johannesburg, mostly in Maboneng and Newtown, and also in Braamfontein. If ever they are interested, they can check the trailer under my Instagram account. More content will be coming there. But in terms of music, I do have something coming, but I cannot say.
Okay. That is a suspense for the fans over.
We definitely love surprises. As we come to wind up the show, of course, we definitely do. We definitely do love surprises at Taurus Heart, and I just want to know before we get to wind up the show, are you looking forward to trying other genres of music, maybe even working with different artists from different African countries, or you just want to deal it the South African way? Are you looking forward to working with any other African artists or any other just international artists?
Yeah, I am looking forward to work with most people from abroad, like in the continent of Africa, the whole Africa, and also even if it's Europe and Asia, I would love to collaborate with those. For now, I would really appreciate that, because I was thinking of making an album also again, whereby it's a compilation of artists. Understand? Not just from South Africa. So if ever I do get people who are interested, that would really help me a lot to achieve that goal.
That would be really interesting, because in terms of bringing on board other artists from across Africa and even maybe beyond, that would also add on to the value of these particular projects that you are doing. And of course, even as we get close to winding up, I would like to ask you, where can people get your music, and how can they support your music? Where can people buy and support your music? Where can
all right, my music is actually in all digital platforms. You can buy it on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, everywhere, and also on YouTube. I'm creating more video content for the underdog, which will be dropping from like mid-July going forth. So you'll be aware of that. Yeah. So for more announcements and what's going to happen, just follow me on Instagram. I'm more active on Instagram more than any other social media. So it's at Taurus Heart on Instagram, at _ Taurus Heart.
Okay. And also, before we let you go, I would just like to ask you, for the purposes of legacy, you know, every other artist wants to have a legacy. What would you like to be your legacy? You know, in terms of the impact on the industry, or maybe in terms of what you would like to be remembered for in the game. What legacy? What kind of a legacy would you like to leave in the game, in the industry?
More legacy. Well, more than anything in life in general, aside from music and everything, I would like to be known of one of the people who is striving to put Africa in a better place. Because what I know is that we as Africans, we are more talented. We have everything in a sense to be in a better place. Just fighting poverty in every kind of angle. Yeah, that's the type of legacy I would like to leave. Understand? Fighting for better, because we got freedom. All countries in Africa are said to be independent, but truly speaking, there is nothing like that happening right now.
And I agree with you 100%. I think you actually hit the nail on the head, because people are told that Africa is free. But if you look at all these particular countries, even in Kenya, we are not free, because poverty is reigning. All these other things are not going right. And we have the resources. You know, if you look at Africa, Africa has all these resources. We do have gold, we do have diamonds. But at the end of the day, there is instability, there is insecurity, there is poverty, and we are not able to, we have not been able to go past these particular challenges. But yes, I think that will be a legacy. That will be a wonderful legacy, trying to put Africa on the map, and also trying to change the narrative about Africa, and also, the status of African on the continent. We want to thank you. Unless Kami has some closing remark as well.
I just want to appreciate Taurus Heart for coming through to the studio. I think after this show, I'm going to start to speak like Taurus, because there's just the way you guys get to articulate. People must know that I have interacted with someone from South Africa. So thank you, Taurus, for for choosing a Black Heart Fire Network. And also, we are looking forward to interacting with you more in terms of the good projects that you will be bringing on the table.
And we're hoping for that as well. Thank you so much, brother, for spending your time with us, and also getting to tell us a little bit about your music. We hope to continue with the interaction, and we shall also be playing or sharing our spotlight on some of the music that you are putting out. And I also want to big up Sam Talisa for the connect. We wouldn't have this particular interview if it weren't for Sam Talisa. So we get to appreciate also what she is doing in South Africa, and we hope to keep on connecting, even with the South Africans, the Nigerians, the Zambian people, the people from Zimbabwe, the people from Sudan, and every other person from the continent of Africa. We want to keep on strengthening that bond. Thank you so much, Taurus. Unless you have some closing remarks as well, what would you like to say to your fans as a last comment before we wind up?
Okay, it's not for fans generally. It's for everyone who's doing music out there and a fan of music. I and Asanta are hosting on the Rise Artist Hub every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So we play music for artists or upcoming artists. We try to support each other. We rate, we comment on that music. It's just a media space for music and all that. If ever anyone is interested, they can follow on the Rise Artist Hub, Hub, and see how to submit your music and get played. We're going to be live today at 7 p.m. South African time.
Yeah, that's really wonderful, because it also gives a platform for other artists also to come up and grow. We appreciate you for your time, and we also wish you many years of success doing the music, and also getting also to put Africa on the map. And of course, we shall be winding up on this particular song. And I want to wish everyone a happy and productive remaining part of the day. Thank you so much for watching this particular episode of the Black Hot Fire Network Express Show. That was Taurus Heart with us. And of course, and that is a little bit of the jam, a little bit over tea. So the name of the song is Attention by Taurus Heart. Thank you so much to everyone that has joined us. I think Kakami is coming back a little bit later on with the African Diary.
Yeah, definitely. We get you to interact a few minutes from now on the Call Me African Diary Show. There's just a lot to catch up on. So, of course, stay tuned and do not go anywhere.
Now, of course, that's what's up. Thank you so much also for joining us on this particular platform. We hope that the family will be checking out the Kami African Diary. And later after that, we also do have the Africa Today Show family. And I want to thank everyone who has been supporting the network. It's all it's always a good thing to keep on supporting our Black media at the end of the day. So catch up with the Kami African Diary. And later on, we shall also be on the Africa Today Show with the kid and the rest of the family. Thank you so much, Kami. We hope to catch you also on the other show. For now,
sure,
we need for Harry.